Alright, so it's only episode 2, and already there's something new. Hey Tribe, this is Dr. J with Therapy of Planning, and thank you so much if you have been going along this journey with me and you're subscribed, and thank you so much if you're new and you just clicked on this video to check it out and see what the Therapy of Planning is all about. Welcome. So I am doing a series on my planner setups for 2024, and I have brought to my channel previously the 2024 10 planner and journal countdown. And so since there's 10 planners and journals, I have broke up my setups into a series. This is episode 2. So, as I said, there's already something new. Now, I am so thrilled that I have clearly identified for myself exactly the areas that I need a planner or a journal in. Yes, I do keep everything separate. It just works better for me. And I have identified pretty much each planner and journal that I'm going to use. So, of course, over time, since I entered the planning community, I think the very end of 2020, I have made a whole lot of discoveries, fell down the rabbit hole, got all the planners, all the things, all the stickers, everything, and I'm feeling so good that even though I still have to make switches here or there or refine things, I'm really at a point where I know what things I like, what things I don't like, and I'm just in the refining stage, but I know where I need something and what I need to put in it. It's just now a matter of making sure that I have the thing that works the best. So, in episode 1, I talked about my prayer journal, which I have finally gotten exactly where I want it. And I also talked about my personal planner, which I too have just where I want it. So, no changes looking to come there. But when it gets down to the next 2 that I wanted to talk about, my wellness journal and my creative journal, I am introducing something new in the sense that my creative journal is taking place of my personal journal. I found that I just wasn't able to write every single day in my personal journal, or even frequently enough, like for the fact that I was setting it up and then not writing, because I really pour a lot and write a lot in my prayer journal. I just wasn't coming to my personal journal. So we'll talk about that in a second. But first, let's take a look at this wellness journal. And in order to really show you, or let's put it this way, what had happened was on the way to all these things went down. So let me start at the beginning. If you are familiar, and you may be through other videos, you know that I used the Hobonichi Techo Cousin Avec for my prayer journal in 2023. I have explained in prior videos how much I loved the Hobonichi Cousin and was so disappointed when in my journey I couldn't find a way to use it for personal or work because it was more than I needed. But I really wanted to use it. I tried putting the personal and the work together, and I didn't like that. I really didn't want my personal stuff being mixed up with my work stuff. When I go to work and I'm using it, I don't want my personal things to be in it. So it was just too much for one or the other. But one day, boom, I had the epiphany how I can use it for my prayer journal, and I've been so happy with it. You see, I use the monthly to put in my scripture for the day, And then I use the weekly to write out that scripture. And then I use the back pages for my journaling, which I don't really want to show that, but it's there. And there were some pages where I didn't get to write, which started to become an issue. So like here, I just kind of decorated and I wrote a prayer that I found on YouVerse, because I didn't get to do my daily writing. And so that was one of the things about this that was a little bit of a concern, is that sometimes I didn't do my daily writing, or I was out of town and I didn't want to carry this with me, so I didn't write. And these are, of course, dated pages. See, you can see here, nothing, right? So dated pages, and I would tell myself I didn't really mind. At first I was gonna just do, something like I did in the page that I showed you here, but then it started to get so many pages that I wasn't writing on. That was too much. And of course, the only other complaint about the Hobonichi is the fact that I spent time covering up all of the writing, which now it's covered so you can't see it, but it's there, right? And let's see, just the fact that we have the color, and of course in the not the weeklies, but the dailies, you have, see here, the quote that they were giving you each day, and all the different color, which it's not that I don't like color, but I didn't like it imposed on me, right? I want to put whatever I want to put down. So of course, when Catherine came out with the Common Planner, boom, I was all about it. Let me just do this. Now I'm going to have these beautiful pages with no writing on it, no color, just dark enough that I can see it, but still light enough to be neutral and unobtrusive, right? So I ordered it for my prayer journal. And then, as Catherine later came out with booklets, which I was like, dang, maybe I should have got the booklets for my TN. That's a whole nother story for another time. But right now, I had just got, the one TN all-in-one book, and it's pretty chunky, and I don't mind that, but, I am a decorative planner, so little concerns there. But anyway, since I realized that she had the booklets, I thought to myself, well, shoot, why even use this? Because I will, as you saw in my avec, come in and reset up the page, either doing quads or doing horizontal, and really covering up what's there. Well, if I'm going to do that, I told myself, why not just a blank notebook? So yeah, that was much better. And as you may have seen, if you saw episode 1, here's the prayer journal. So I'll just bring it back for an encore real quick and show you that I just got that booklet where I can write down the verse of the day, and then I got 2 I guess there would be half-year notebooks that I can where am I here? Sorry, that I can write out my actual scripture. And I'm working with a nice blank page, no writing anywhere. Because even when I thought about the Stalogy at first, before I thought about Catherine's booklets, the Stalogy has that writing up here. So now I have this clean, beautiful page. So that meant, and I tell you all this to say that meant that I had an extra journal in this Common Planner, right? Or extra planner. So I said, well, maybe I can use it for my business and my business planner and notebook, because I can use the monthly and the weekly for my events, and then or rather my monthly for my events, my weekly for my appointments, and the back for my notes. However, I had already had a half-year Stalogy going for notes that have plenty of space, and I just wanted to kind of roll it over into this year so I didn't lose the notes that I already have in it. So, now what to do? Well, we're slowly getting there. We're getting there to the wellness journal. I had ordered the take-a-note for my wellness journal because I was playing around with the old one that I had, and I am looking around for it because I've been like recording and moving things all around, and now of course I don't have it right in front of me, so hold for a second. Okay, so here it is. So this is an old take-a-note, so it wasn't even 2023, it was like 2022, I guess, that I started to use, and for work I think I started to use it for, and I stopped. And then I had a theory that I could use this for my wellness journal, and I had been using like a standard size, but breaking the page up into 3 and putting my sleep, what I ate, and how I physically felt here. And then of course I like to track my water and my vitamins. So when I was looking at this one day, I said, oh, maybe I can just put the lines across and I can use this for my wellness journal. I'll just cover this up and we'll be good to go, because this is the weeklies here, right? You know, in the take-a-note we have the weeklies here. So I just covered it up and used this space for trackers. And that's cool. I like it. But I was kind of thinking, you know, when it comes down to this journal, I want to do the least. I want to do the least amount of setup, you know, even though, you know, I love my stickers and decorative planning. It's just my time. I have to, you know, put time to the things that are really important to me, right? That's why we use planners. And I love decorating my personal planner, and I love setting up my journal, which is now going to a creative journal, and I also of course set up my prayer journal. So by the time I'm done with that for the week, then I really am like, I'm not as enthused about having to do this. And even though I got it kind of simple, being as it would be the current year, I wouldn't have to even do date headers, but I just really have to put this line. But then I would have to come here and cover this up and then put the trackers in. So I kind of was like, I don't know. And since I have now had a choice having this, and I needed this or the take-a-note for the business planner, I said, well, I'll use the take-a-note for the business planner, and I'll do something else for my wellness journal. Okay, because originally, once I had given up the idea of using the take-a-note, I went to the half letter. And I had some inserts from Jane's Agenda, which I have now taken out, but I found, as I started to use them in the beginning of this year, that I wasn't really thrilled. And you hear me shuffling around, trying to locate them. Oops, here they are. I wasn't really that thrilled. I like the layout in theory, but I don't write small, and if I don't have grid to kind of guide me to keep my writing small, my natural thing is to write a little bit bigger. And so even though this gave me pretty much everything I need, in the sense that I could put down what I ate and track my water and my sleep, it even has exercise up here, which I'm not currently doing. I need to add into my routine. I could still write here about my sleep, because I like to write like I wake up and whatever. Do I stay up? Do I fall back asleep? Whatever. I want to note that. And then I figured I could put how I physically felt up here. But I just felt a little constricted in it. Just a little tight. Great layout, but just a little tight. So I was like, And then really, maybe I want to have a bound book. I don't know. So out that went. And I said, since I have the Common Planner, which got eliminated from being my prayer journal, and got eliminated from being my business planner, why don't I use it for wellness? So I did for like a week, right? We're only 2 weeks in here, guys, but I figured, okay, I can use this to write down my when did I last, because that's part of something else that I like to track in my wellness, like, because it's when did I last do self-care things, like deep condition my hair, change the mascara tube, get my nails done. So I wanted to keep that in the wellness journal. And then I figured, oh, I could write down what I ate. And I really like to keep track of the time that I ate, because I do fast in the mornings most of the time. See, this day I was working a different shift or a different time, so I end up eating, and actually somebody brought us breakfast, so I ended up eating as well. But most of the time I don't, and so I like to kind of track like what time I do break my fast. And this is good for that, right, with the time. But again, you see how I write. I write pretty big. It's a little sloppy, and I'm looking at the page and I'm like not excited, or I don't mean that I have to be excited, but I'm kind of like, I'm not sure if this is what I really want to do. That's where I'm at, right? So in the back, what I did was I just separated the page in half. Again, now this is looking like a take a note, right? Because that's what it is, an A5, a half of the page. But instead of having 3 spaces, because I already am writing my food up here, I just did 2, like this, okay? The top for sleep and the bottom for how I felt. So I was like, I could do it. It worked. It does. It hits, all the boxes, ticks all the boxes, but I just wasn't really feeling it. So I went back to the half letter and tried to figure that out. I was looking at another video and I saw somebody that had a daily, and they wrote like, oh, I think it was Tina from It's a Wonderful Plan, and she had her day, like her ideal day, and she was just put in the times and the meal planning and everything like that. And I don't know, it just gave me a new spark about the dailies. And I have plenty of dailies. I have these that came in our sub box from Jane's Agenda for the last quarter of the year. And as I looked at it, I said to myself, this really could work, okay? Because I could put in this side, the task side, about my sleep. I have the times to put down when I eat, and I have the notes section to put down how I'm physically feeling during the day, because I don't need to usually write a lot, so this is plenty of space. I can even go up here if I want. I have plenty of space. So these of course are old, so I went through just did 1 week and write it out, the month and the year, and used the day that it was, and I just used some Caliber Plan stickers to change the date, because a sister never minds redating something. So here we go. And then, I have to change these dates, but I also figured I could maybe put something here when I actually did write something about how I physically feel, because I see that some days I'm not having to take any notes about it, unless I'm just going to write fine or whatever in there, or doing okay. But for the most part, I'm really tracking some particular symptoms, and so if I don't have any that day, which is great, then I don't need the space. So in order to know, I could write on the first page here. And then also now we have the habit tracker, so I wouldn't have to write that in as far as my vitamins. I am trying to do a couple other things that I could track, and maybe my priorities for the week, like, hey, cut the carbs or lower the sugar or whatever. I don't know, but I figured since I already had these and I wasn't able to use them in the quarter because I'm doing really good with weeklies for my half letter, and I just really didn't need a daily every day. Some days can get busy and I could use a page, but most days I found that my weekly inserts sufficed and I did not need to have a whole day. So I just had these. So I figure I'm going to redate them. I got 3 months worth, and I'm going to try to use them the first quarter and see how it goes. And the other thing I like about this is I usually do this in the morning. I usually keep this by my bed, and when I grab it, I can just flip it and write. So that's thing that I really love about the half letter. And I have also put in here the perpetual calendar. I think that's what we call it. If I'm saying it right, yeah, the perpetual calendar. I'm not really sure how I'm going to use this, because at first I was thinking I could put the When Did I Last, but sometimes there's more than one thing on a day. So I had an extra set of monthlies, and I put them here, and I'm going to write in what happened on the 5th, and I think that gives me more room. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this for When Did I Last. I do have some trackers I also put back here that I was gifted by my friend Heather. Hey Heather. And these are from Fancy Plan Co. So I also have this that I can use. So I just threw them in here. There's only a few of them, and I was gonna order some more when I thought that I would use them for my When Did I Last, and I might possibly do that instead of the monthly. I don't know, but right now I have everything in here that I need to track my wellness. So this is a tool cover that I've had for forever. I'm trying to remember if it's the first thing that I got that put me onto Discbound. I don't think so. I think I had gotten a letter size at first when I was just looking for a notebook, and that's how I really discovered Discbound, through Tool. And then I went back and got this half letter. Yeah, so this is them. I don't have anything really going on here. When I use it for other things like work, I could put business cards and stuff in there, but for my wellness journal, I don't have anything going on right now. For there, I may find something. I have plenty of things around. I might find something that I want to put in there, but it's nothing now. And I also have this clear cover that is from Cloth and Paper, and I have this from Jane's Agenda, and I like the way that looks. Really pretty. This is, I believe, from Black Paper, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna put it down yet. I don't think so. I might not, because I probably want to use it again, or I might take some washi and stick it on so that I can continue to use it, transfer it into other books when this is done. There's the perpetual calendar. There's the weekly, or the dailies, I should say. There's the monthly. I'm not sure. Again, another habit tracker, so I don't know that I'll use that one. I don't think so. And then in the back, just in case I decide to do it a little differently, I have these trackers. So that's the wellness journal. The long road that we took to get here, but we're finally here. And like I said, I only have the 3 months worth, and so at the end of the quarter I'll evaluate. Do I want to stay in here? If not, we might come back here. This is I don't have any purpose for this now. So if I find that I like this and I don't come back here, I might try to sell the other half of the year. Sometimes people are new to the Common Planner or the style of planner, and they want to try it, and it might, when we hit that half year point, they might want to try it. So I don't know, I might go on a buy sell trade and do that, or who knows, I always am willing to redate something, so I just hang on to it and use it for something else. But that, my friends, like I said, down the long windy road, is the wellness journal. Okay, so quick, so I don't keep you for too long, as I tend to sometimes do, I will just give you a quick run through of my creative journal. Now, it's a work in progress. And I realized the other day when I was thinking, I want to finish this page and finish this about it so that I can, bring you a video on it, how I set it up. I realized that that's the whole point of this, to not have to rush, to just get into it when I can, to sit, to relax, to create. And it's kind of like one of those 5,000 piece puzzles, right? Most people don't sit and do that in one setting. Most of the time, you get a space and you lay it out and you work on it a little bit at a time. and it's something that you like, you enjoy doing, it's relaxing, an hour here, an hour there, or whatever free time that you have, and you just do it and put it together over time until it's done. And once it's done, then you start another one. That's the same thing with this journal. I discovered that I would like to try to use the B5, right? So it's a lot bigger than the A5, and give myself more space. And I've went through all these different thought processes about this journal because, like I said, at first I kept just a personal journal, and I realized that as I was decorating it and really loving it, I then wasn't going back and writing in it each day. And then I was frustrated that I wasn't writing in it each day. But like I said, I pour a lot into my prayer journal. So I decided, hey, I just want to decorate for the heck of it, okay? Just going to decorate because I enjoy doing it. And the more I got on that thought pattern, the more that thought process, the more I was like, yeah, that's the thing to do. And so in here, I have started setting it up, or I won't even say setting up, I have started working in it. And I'm not finished at all, like having it set up completely like the way I want it, where I'm just going in weekly, working on pages. I want to write, put something over here on this side, and I put this here. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about it. I like it, but I don't know. But I just happened to find this is a, I can't think of the word right now, but I found this, and it has something else under it. I can't show you now because it's down here. Well, yeah, see, it's overlaying on this. So I found these two pieces in my stash, and I saw discipline, and I said, wow, that's not my word of the year, but I like that this is presented like it's a word of the year. I like the presentation, and it's one of the words that I thought about choosing. But when I read the definition, that's like what I really wanted to say about what I want for myself this year. Train oneself to do something in a controlled and habitual way. So I played around looking for the different words of what I was trying to do, and I came up with consistency, because I want to be consistent in my routine. I want to stick to my routine, which is I want to include working on business things an hour to an hour and a half each day. In other words, I want to block that time out. I want to incorporate that into my morning routine, and sometimes be able to move it and switch it to my afternoon routine if I have to work earlier than I usually do. Sometimes I do because I have to teach, or sometimes I'm away. So I want to get consistent with my routine, or I shouldn't say that. I have routines that I am consistent in, but I want to add some things. And I realized that what I really want is to be consistently disciplined, right? I want to be disciplined to put these things into my routine, make it a habit, and I want to consistently implement that. Like, we sometimes get disciplined and go on a diet. That's what a diet is. It's discipline, right? I'm not going to eat this. I'm going to ingest this. I'm going to have more water, increase my protein, reduce my carb. I'm going to do all these things. And you do it for a while, and then you stop, right? So it's a discipline, but then we don't stay consistently doing that discipline. So I put this up here, and I like having it there. I like the way it looks. I'm not really sure if I'm totally in love with my ripped paper effect, but this is not the size of the page, and so I love, purple's my color. So I don't know. I'll play around with it. I could change it if I want to. Then I did set up a page for 2024, so I can show you that. It just came in with some things. It's not exactly a vision board, but just some things about how I was feeling for 2024. But what I did get to do is actually create what I would consider my vision board. And this I created from Let's Get Plans stickers, my last order of 2024, because I saw these sheets that she had, and I still have some things left. Let's Get Planned, Rachel at Let's Get Planned, thank you. This is awesome set of stickers. Okay, so I got these, and I still have some left that I will use throughout the year. And oops, turn that off. Okay, and I just set this up with things that made me think about how I want to feel, how I want to be in 2024. I love these stickers. I had some others that I got from her. She has a great shop, and I would encourage you to visit. I love planner dolls. That's my thing. So I placed this order because I just couldn't resist. And so I told myself in 2024 that I am going to have to be resisting. So, go ahead and get them, because I do have a lot. I have a lot of dolls, and I am really going to try to work through them and use my stash in this year. We're here, 2024. And I'm going to try to reduce my spending, as I've said many times before, because I just already have a lot. And then I've added these and some kits as well. Just kind of going through them pretty quick just to show you, give you an idea of the quality of her stickers. And if you're not familiar, I'll leave a link to her shop down in my description box. Not because I got anything for free or on paid or anything like that, just because I like it and I want to share it with you. These are freebies that she gave, so that was really nice of her. And this last kit for January. Okay, so just flipping through real quick that last purchase of 2023, but I was really excited to get these stickers to make this vision board. And I did also set up a page with what I was calling my word of the year, but now that discipline came up, I started thinking about it more, and it might not be I don't know, I might not just say one word. I'm just working that out, because yes, consistency, but yes, discipline and being disciplined is all part of what I'm trying to do for 2024. So I think you'll see something else about that in here as we move forward. I have some pages planned out, like I was going to write down why did I choose consistency, and then I was going to write down how it applied in the different areas of my life that I usually identify as the 6 in hot spots, which is spiritual, career, self-care, health, relationships, and finances. And so I was going to put that here, and then I was going to use a page, or one side of a page for each month. I have these calendars I was going to put down from Studio Bliss Co, and then write how I was doing with that word for the month. So that's the plan right now. I may change it around. I might just put the calendar on the front page and then leave the whole back to write on, and just put some more decoration for like January. I'll have to see. But that's the whole point of it, is that it's just a place to get creative and just do what I want to do. Just make layouts that motivate me and inspire me and are fun to do. And I also thought of another thing that I can put in here, which is like certain quotes that I hear that I like, or certain things that I read, a saying that I like. So this is going to be creative and motivational, and I'm really excited about it. So that's that. So that concludes episode number 2, the long road to the wellness journal. And there's my creative journal, and some stickers from Let's Get Planned were shared. And I hope that with all of that, you might have found something to give you some inspiration or something fun that you liked. If you have any questions, just go ahead and leave those in the comments below and let me know. What are you using for 2024 as far as wellness? Do you do anything to journal your, well, and do you consider what I consider wellness? Like I'm recording sleep, I'm tracking what I'm eating, and I'm tracking how I'm physically feeling. I know a lot of people are tracking like their steps and their exercise. I hope to add that. I really hope to add that. But what planners and journals are you using? Let me know in the description below. No. You can't get into the description. Let me know in the comments below. And I thank you so much for watching and spending some time with me today. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, that you'll give me a thumbs up and that you will consider coming on this journey with me and hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell so you know when I come out with any other video, like episode 3 that's coming up, where you'll see what I do with the take a note and how I use that for my work or my business planner. And then you'll also see my work planner, which is my half letter. So I hope you'll come along for the ride. Remember, just write it down, plan it out, and don't stress about it. That's what the therapy of planning is all about. Thanks so much, guys. I hope you have a blessed week. Bye, tribe.